evening. A virtual scratch team on one side, on the other side playing off 18. Oxton Conservatives, both teams didn't actually play in the first round. So Oxton Cons playing off 4, beat Bebington Hockey 60-52 in the second round. In the third round, they beat Egberth Swans 46-33. In the quarter-finals, they beat Christ the King Cavaliers 55-45. And in the semi-finals, they beat Top Shelf 48-43. Christ the King Wanderers, playing off 18, beat Duncan's Donuts 59-58 in the second round. They beat St Patrick's 59-49 in the third round. They beat Nelson's Fifth Column 58-57 in the quarterfinals. And in the final, they beat Wanderers beat Exiles 53-50. So I'd like to put your hands. I'd like to ask you to put your hands together. And Christ the King Wanderers, they seem to have chosen the seats there where they would like to sit in the group. On my right, Christ the King Wanderers are represented by Phil, Mark, Andrew, Jim. On my left, Oxton, Jim, Stuart, Chris. They've changed. Sorry. So, it's Jim, Chris, Stuart and Peter. Keith Clare is keeping time, and Francis Mason is keeping score. The questions we're playing tonight are based on a set by St Francis of Assisi. Anyone going to watch with the sweep hand? Mr. Technology at 70. Sorry. There you go. You can see that when you do like glasses.
Angela, mend up your feet again, I think.
Always do.
Men.
Alphabetically, Christ the King is start nearer to me. We'd like to go. We'd like to call heads. Heads. It is. Which go first or second? Round one. Bill, which European country's parliament is known as the Althing? A-L-T-H-I-N-G.
Norway.
No team?
Iceland.
Iceland is correct. 1 point to number 4. Jim, which railway company, pre-nationalisation, ran the Flying Scotsman service to Edinburgh?
London Scottish Railway.
Not London and Scottish team.
London North Eastern.
LNER is correct. 1 point to number 4.
Before we start, what's
It's,
the handicaps?
sorry, the handicaps.
Always.
103.
Oxton are off 4 and Wanderers are off 18. Mark. 4 from 18 isn't 12. Even with your shoes and socks off.
Keith, give up your job, he's the new treasurer.
Mark. I think I know who that is. Oh, no, it's not. Mark. A disease involving inflammation of the kidneys is named after which physician?
Right.
Yeah, Richard Wright. Chris, the Channel Islands are situated in which shipping forecast area? Team?
Portland.
Portland is correct for 1 point, Jim. Andrew, at the 2015 BAFTA Awards, Eddie Redmayne won the Best Leading Actor Award for his role in which film?
Danish girl.
No, team?
Meaning of everything.
No, over. Pardon?
The theory of
The
everything.
theory of everything is correct for 1 point. And your own question, Stuart. What, by area, is the smallest country in mainland Africa?
Eritrea.
Not Eritrea. Team. The Gambia is correct, Jim. 1 point to number 1. And Jim. Which jockey rode the Derby winners Grundy, Golden Fleece and Quest for Fame?
Scudamore.
Not Scudamore. Pat Edery is correct, Andrew. 1 point to number 3. And Peter. In the Old Testament, who was eaten by dogs?
Jezebel.
Jezebel is correct for 1 point to number 1 point to Jim. That's the end of round 1.
Wanderers scored 3, making a total of 21. Oxton scored 5, making a total of 9.
Round 2. Phil. A Brecon buff, B-U-F-F, is what type of domesticated fowl?
Turkey.
It's not a turkey.
Goose.
It's a goose, Jim. 1 point to number 4. Jim. Which British painter is reputed to have refused honours from the Queen on 5 separate occasions?
Hockney.
Not Hockney, team.
Lowry.
Alice Lowry is correct. 1 point to number 3, Stuart. Mark, born in 1939 and christened Anna May Bullock, in which town was singer Tina Turner born? Nutbush is correct. 2 points. Chris, on which river does the American city of Indianapolis stand? Pardon? No, not Missouri.
White River.
White River is correct. 1 point to Peter. Andrew. The boxer Larry Holmes lost 6 fights, but was stopped only once. By whom?
George Foreman.
Not Foreman. Team.
Norton.
Not Norton. Over.
Fraser.
Not Fraser. Mike Tyson. Stuart. Who wrote the Spanish Civil War book, Homage to Catalonia? George Orwell is correct. And Jim, in which year did the world's first heart transplant take place? Not 63. Team. 67 is correct, Mark. Christian Barnard and Peter. Thank you. Peter, by what name is Barbara Millicent Roberts better known? No. Over. Barbara. Roberts just gets it. That's the end of round 2.
Put it on one.
There you go.
Ken would have been made up there.
Round 3.
So 4 all, so it's 25 to Wanderers and 18 to Oxton Commons.
Round 3. Phil. Which actress played the role of Jim Masterson in the Bond movie Goldfinger?
Eaton.
Shirley Eaton is correct. 1 point to Jim. Jim, in which country is the ski resort of Zermatt?
Switzerland.
Switzerland is correct for 2 points. Mark, which famous QC held the position of Master of the Rolls from 1962 to 1982?
Harbour.
Not Rose Harbour. Over. Alfred Lord Denning is correct for 1 point. Chris, which artist created many of his paintings using blocks of red, blue and yellow colour?
Picasso.
Not Picasso. Team.
Mondrian.
Piet Mondrian is correct. 1 point to number 1. Andrew, in which decade of the 20th century were photographs first required on a British passport? Not 50s. Team.
60s.
Not 60s. Over. Much earlier, the 1910s. Stuart. In the TV detective series of the same name, whose sidekick was D.I. Mike Burden, played by Christopher Ravenscroft? Not Taggart.
Wexford.
Chief Detective Inspector Wexford is correct. 1 point. Jim, if you ordered sandia, S-A-N-D-I-A, from a Spanish menu, what would you be served with?
Tea. Mushroom.
Not mushrooms. Over.
Black pudding.
Watermelon.
Jim's actually we serve anything.
And Peter, also called a woodchuck or a whistle pig, How is the North American marmot better known?
Gene.
Prairie dog.
Not a prairie dog, over.
Gopher.
It's a groundhog. That's the end of round 3.
Oxton scored 4, making 26. Oxton scored 5, making 18.
Round 3. Sorry, 4. Phil, which English cricketer, due to a printing error, was nicknamed the King of Spain? T?
Blakey.
No.
Ashley Giles.
Giles. Ashley Giles is correct. Jim, what flavour is the liqueur Curaçao? So you, bitter orange. Orange is correct. 1, 2 points. Mark, at which palace did Catherine of Aragon die? Not Kensington. Dean.
Windsor.
Not Windsor. Over. Kimble is correct. Well done. 1 point to Stuart. Chris, who in 1954 became BBC Television's first newsreader? Not him.
Richard Baker.
Richard Baker is correct. 1 point. Andrew, which car maker takes its name from the Latin for I hear? Not Fiat.
Audi.
Audi is correct. 1 point to number 1.
It's actually the Latin for listen.
Pardon?
It's actually the Latin for listen. It's the imperative.
What was that?
Okay, well, we'll carry on. St Edward's. Stuart, what name is given to a fracture in which a young, soft bone bends and breaks? Not what I have here. Green stick is what I was looking for. Correct. Jim, in which Irish county would you find the limestone karst scenery called the Burren? B-U-R-R-E-N.
Gene.
Where? Is correct, yes. But had to restrain the smile. And Peter, who did the voiceover for the original BBTV series, The Magic Roundabout?
Dave Thompson.
Thompson is correct. Your jokes may be witty, but please keep it to yourself until the end.
Who said he was jokes?
Well, it might have been tried. I won't be so polite with my next comment.
Okay, in round 4, Wanderers scored 2, giving them a total of 28. Oxton scored 8, giving them a total of 26.
So if you can just keep it quiet for the questions you're being asked. Round 5 we change over and start with Jim. Which Asian country's parliament is called the Diet?
Japan.
Japan is correct. Phil, which London railway terminal was the LNER's departure point for the Flying Scotsman service?
King's Cross.
King's Cross is correct. Chris, what is Hansen's disease more commonly called? Leprosy is correct. Mark, the shipping forecast area Fitzroy is named after Vice Admiral Fitzroy, of which famous ship was he once the captain? HMS Beagle is correct. Stuart, in the 2015 BAFTA Awards, Julianne Moore won Best Leading Actress for her role in which film?
Team.
Still Alice.
Still Alice is correct, Jim. 1 point to 4. And Andrew, which is the smallest independent country in South America?
British Guyana.
The British Guyana team.
Suriname.
Suriname is correct for 1 point. Peter, who was the legendary racehorse owner whose Derby winners included Oath and Slip Anchor?
Team. Aga Khan.
Henry Cecil, is it? I'm sorry, I don't know why I said it. Trainer. I should have said trainer. Do you want to go for a spare? Okay. We've got 5. 1 to 5.
3.
3. Which popular TV series is based on the books of George R.R. Martin? Game of Thrones is correct. And Jim. In the Bible, Benjamin was the youngest of Jacob's 12 sons. Who was the eldest?
Dan.
No, team?
Reuben.
Well, Reuben is correct. 1 point to number 1. It's round 5. Apologies about that. It says trainer and why I read over it. I don't know. I have to keep the don't say over.
Waterloo scored 7, giving them a total of 35. Oxton scored 5, giving them a total of 31.
Round 6. Jim. A Khaki Campbell. Khaki K-H-A-K-I, Campbell C-A-M-P-B-L-L is a breed of which domesticated fowl?
Duck.
Duck is correct. Phil. Which Benjamin Britten opera was commissioned for the coronation of Elizabeth II?
Gloriana.
Gloriana is correct. Chris. Born in 1990, in which country was singer and X Factor judge Rita Ora born?
Jamaica.
Not Jamaica. Team.
Croatia.
No. Over.
Belarus.
No, it's very close to there. Kosovo. Mark. Mark, upon which river does the American city of Philadelphia stand?
The James.
No, not the James. Over.
Delaware.
Delaware is correct, Jim. 1 point. Stuart, the boxer Muhammad Ali lost 6 fights, but was only stopped once. By whom? Not Henry Cooper. Team.
Ken Norton.
Not Ken Norton, over. Nope, Larry Holmes. Andrew, who wrote the novel For Whom the Bell Tolls, set in the Spanish Civil War? And Hemingway is correct. 1 point to number 1. And Peter, which British hospital performed the UK's first heart transplant in 1979?
Addenbrooke's.
Not Addenbrooke's. Papworth is correct. 1 point to number 2. And Jim, Oscar Diggs is the title character of which book? Diggs, D-I-G-G-S.
D.
Over. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's the end of round 6.
Wanderers scored 3, giving them 38. Oxton scored 4, giving them 32.
Round 7. Jim. There have been 2 versions of the Bond film Casino Royale. Name either of the actresses who played the role of Vesper Lynd.
Ward.
No. Team?
Over. Beecham.
Ursula Andress?
Eva Green.
Or Eva Green. Correct. Phil, in which country is the ski resort of Cortina?
Italy.
Italy is correct. Chris, which eminent QC, who died in 2004, led the inquiry into the 1981 Brixton riots?
Harman. Harman.
Who?
Harman.
Not Harman.
Scanlon.
Not Scanlon.
John.
It was Scanlon. Lord Leslie Scanlon. I'm sorry, you were so close, and so were you. So were you. Mark, which artist used comic book styles for his subject matter?
Liechtenstein.
Roy Lichtenstein is correct, so 1 point. Stuart, in which year was the emergency telephone number 999 introduced in the UK?
You want the exact year?
And no leeway. Like a century.
I think it's the 1930s or 1936.
It's not.
37.
It's correct. Andrew, In which TV detective series was the main protagonist's original sidekick, D.S. Gavin Troy, played by Daniel Casey?
Midsummer Murders.
Yeah, there must be nobody living there anymore. Correct. Peter, if you ordered Berza, B-E-R-Z-A, from a Spanish menu, what would you be served?
G.
Snails.
Not snails, over.
Peaches.
Cabbage.
Serve you right.
Jim, usually known as a piglet.
I am, aren't
What is an alternative name for a baby hedgehog? I said usually known as a piglet, but I know it's a cob. Not a cob, no team. Not a pup, not a kitten, it's a hoglet. That's the end of round 7.
Wanderers scored 5, giving a total of 43, and Oxton scored 1, giving them a total of 33.
43, 33.
Then it's carried.
Right, round 8. Jim, who was the Australian cricketer known as the Demon Bowler and the first to take a Test hat-trick?
Lily.
Not Lily. Not Bradford. Over.
Miller.
Spofford. F.R. Spofford. I'm sorry, I didn't intend to look up one this afternoon, but I got too busy. Phil, what flavour is the French aperitif crème de cassis?
Cherry.
It's not cherry, tea. Blackcurrant is correct. Chris, at which palace did Henry VIII die?
G.
Greenwich.
Not Greenwich, over.
Richmond.
No, Whitehall. Mark, name either of ITV's first newscasters. One was an athlete, the other was a barrister. These both were sober at the time, no. Yes, it was Christopher Chataway or Robin Day. Robin Day. Stuart, which car maker takes its name from the Latin for I hear? Why, sorry.
Can we have the other one, please?
I will.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that.
It should be, I don't know why it isn't. It should be I roll.
Can I take that then?
Well, is it?
No, it's just,
Oh,
I think we should take a spare, yes. Sorry. We've taken that one. So you can have 1, 2, 4, 5. 5. How many people, according to the Bible, how many people in the Bible, did Noah take with him into the ark?
8.
7. With it. What name is given to the lowest temperature at which a material gives off enough flammable vapour for it to ignite?
Flashpoint.
Peter, in which Irish county would you find Bantry Bay? Cork. Cork is correct. Jim, who was the voice of Zebedee in the 2005 film version of The Magic Roundabout?
Colin
Not Colin Firth, Ian McKellar.
That was 3-all, so that's 46 to Wanderers and 36 to Oxton College.